Managing users. If you have several employees who need to use the Merchant Center, you can easily set them up as users and control which functions they have access to with custom user roles. To manage users, click on the Admin tab, then the Users sub-tab. Adding a user is simple. Just click on the Add New User button, enter a user ID, the user's name, and a password for this user. Retype the password, then select a user role and click the Submit button. Your new user is set up and ready to go. Just give the user ID and password to your employee and they are all set to log in and use the Merchant Center. The number of users you can add is unlimited and there is no additional cost. It is the user's role that controls the user's access to specific functions in the Merchant Center. There are a few default user roles in the system, but you can also create your own custom user roles. Let's take a look at the user roles. Click on the View User Roles button and a list of all the current roles in the system will appear. The top 4 roles on the list are the default system roles. If you want to see which functions these roles can access, click on the View icon. The check marks here show you which functions this user can perform in the portal. Let's say you have an accountant that you want to give access to just a few specific reports in the portal, but you definitely don't want to let her process a payment or perform any admin functions. You can create your own custom role for situations like this. Click on the Add New User Role button. Give your role a name and enter a description for the role. Then select the functions you want to allow this user type to perform by clicking any of the checkboxes on the bottom. You can select all the functions in a section by checking the All Payments, All Reports, or All Admin box. For this user role, we want to select only the reports we want this user type to be able to access. Then click the Submit button. Your new user role is created. Once you have set up the role, you can create a user account for your accountant. Go to the Add User page again. Enter a user ID, name, and password. Then select your newly created role and click the Submit button. If you log out and log back in as your new user, you can see that this user only has access to the reports you selected, as well as the ability to change their own password. If a user happens to forget their password, any user with admin privileges can reset it for them by clicking the password icon for that user. You can also edit the user's name by clicking the Edit button or delete a user that should no longer have access by clicking the X icon. So you can see how managing users and access privileges in the Merchant Center is straightforward and simple.